What if the greatest love story in American history wasn't about a president, a war hero, or a Hollywood actor? What if it was about a broken man who was slowly destroying himself, and the woman who refused to let him die? In the 1960s, Johnny Cash had fame, money, and millions of fans. But behind the stage lights, he was losing everything. Addiction was taking over his life. His marriage was falling apart. And many people believed that America's biggest country star would soon become another tragic story. But then, one woman changed everything. Her name was June Carter. And this is the love story that saved Johnny Cash. In the 1950s, Johnny Cash became one of the fastest rising stars in America. Songs like Folsom Prison Blues and I Walk the Line made him famous across the country. His deep voice and dark lyrics connected with ordinary Americans. But success came with a price. Constant touring, pressure, and loneliness pushed Johnny toward alcohol and pills. Night after night, he performed for thousands of fans while secretly fighting his own demons. Around this time, Johnny met June Carter backstage at the Grand Ole Opry. June came from the legendary Carter family, one of country music's most respected families. She was talented, funny, and full of energy. Johnny later admitted that the moment he saw June, he could not forget her. But there was one problem. Both of them were already married. For years, they remained friends and musical partners. They traveled together, sang together, and spent countless hours on the road. As Johnny's addiction became worse, many people walked away from him. June did not. She saw the pain behind the fame. She saw the man hiding behind the black clothes and the dark songs. There were nights when Johnny nearly destroyed his career. There were moments when he almost gave up completely. But June continued to support him. She encouraged him to seek help. She stood beside him during his darkest years. Johnny later said that June saved his life. Then came one unforgettable moment. In 1968, during a concert in Ontario, Canada, Johnny suddenly stopped the show. Standing in front of thousands of people, he looked at June and asked her to marry him. The audience became silent. For a few seconds, time seemed to stop. And then June finally said yes. The crowd exploded with applause. Their marriage became one of the most famous relationships in American music history. Together, they recorded songs, appeared on television, and became symbols of loyalty and true love. But their relationship was never perfect. They faced struggles, arguments, and personal challenges. Yet they always returned to each other. In 2003, June Carter passed away. Johnny Cash was devastated. Only 4 months later, Johnny also died. Many friends believed that he simply could not live without the woman who had been his strength for nearly 40 years. Today, millions of Americans still remember their story. Not because they were perfect, not because they never suffered, but because they proved that love can pull someone back from the edge. Sometimes, the greatest love stories are not about finding the perfect person. They are about finding the person who refuses to give up on you. And perhaps that is why America still remembers Johnny Cash and June Carter. Because in the end, she didn't just become the love of his life. She saved it.